Welcome, everyone. Dana Louise Williams here. I am your soul mission mentor and artist of change. And it's Friday once again. And this week's TGIF tips and tricks is going to be about you working with your animals or your pets. Now, a lot of people, have dogs and cats and horses and all kinds of different pets. And it can be really, really distressing when one of your loved pets is showing symptoms that give you a cause for alarm. And it's very similar to the way that I work with my individual clients. For example, I like to work with these little dolls, as you know. Here's my boy doll. I wish I had a doll for every single culture on the planet. But so far, this is what I got, and this is what I work with. Now, if I'm working with an adult client, I am always going to be working with the inner child of that adult, okay? So what I do is I psychically connect with that inner child, and I hear what I need to have the adult say out loud. And usually it is a statement that they would never ever say out loud, especially when they're being witnessed by someone. And part of the beauty of the healing that takes place is they are being witnessed, they're being seen, they're being heard. And not only that, but the inner child is being seen and heard. And we're building a bridge from the adult wise self over to the inner child part. And then little bit by little bit, that part will come home, okay? Now, I've also talked in other videos about one of the biggest mistakes that people make, where they will hear or feel or sense the distress of the inner child, and instead of staying in unemotional truth over here as the wise adult, they'll get the message from the wound, and they become that 5-year-old, 2-year-old, 10-year-old, whatever. And then they are, they're no longer, their adult self is no longer online. They've flipped a switch. So now let's take it back to your loved pets. Now let's say you have, you have a dog or a cat or a horse even. If it is a horse, think of it this way. And I've worked with clients with horses. I'm a horsey girl. I used to have horses of my own. And our horses they're sentient beings. They will pick up on what we haven't been able to heal yet. And they will show the signs of that same affliction, believe it or not. It's kind of crazy and cool at the same time. And the way that I work with my horse people is I look for where they're doing a version of that to themselves. So maybe their horse is lame on the front left side, and maybe they had a knee injury on their left knee, maybe when they were younger, and it calcified. It never, the trauma of that never got dealt with. Well, your horse is going to show up with that, okay? Or if you're in the show ring and you've had a lot of drama that week in your life, you're sitting on the nervous system of that horse, and that horse is a fight, flight, flee animal. They're going to feel your tension, your stress, and it's not about the horse, it's about you. Now let's take it down to the smaller animals. If you have a cat or a dog, whatever, and they're displaying bad habits. Now what I want you to do is I want you to clear your agenda of any kind of outcome. You have to get yourself down to a 0. okay, of, let's say your dog is lame, and you've been looking at it for a long time now. You think you got to take him to the vet and find out what's going on with him. And 9 times out of 10, this has happened to me. You take your dog to the vet and they won't limp anymore. So try this first. So get yourself absolutely neutral about an outcome. Then once you can do some tapping, like just deal with your issues. I'm really worried about my dog or my cat, and I'm so afraid that they're going to have a chronic issue. So you state your truth, and I don't always do all the points. When I'm working with my client, I will often just stay here, because it's somehow I can plug in and stay there and get really good clarity. And then other times I'll jump over to a certain point, and I don't think about it. I just do it, and I don't examine it. I don't go into my head. I stay out of my head. Okay, and that's another point. I want you to stay out of your head. So now what you're going to do, you get yourself to a zero, neutrality, unemotional truth. It is what it is. And then you plug in psychically, and I like to use an infinity sign where, you can even have the animal in the room with you and do it that way, and just imagine that you are becoming them. You are behind their eyes. And I want you to pretend that you know what's going on in the house, and why are you acting out in this way? What's going on? And I'm just going to make this up, okay? So let's say you've got a cat that keeps running behind you in the kitchen and grabbing the back of your heel. Well, that would really be scary for me, because they got sharp claws and teeth, and it's going to be dangerous. You could drop something on the floor, or some hot sauce or something while you're cooking. Anyway, so that you're going to want to take care of that. So you become the cat. You go behind that cat's eyes, and then you think about what's going on in the house. Well, maybe you find out that the cat is really worried about its human. And maybe you didn't get your taxes done for this year. Maybe you haven't done your taxes for 10 years. And your cat is picking up on your anxiety. And and don't judge whatever you get. So let's just go with that idea. So this is what a round of tapping on your cat's issue of running after you and grabbing your feet while you're walking. Let's just go with that. So I'm going to pretend that I'm the cat, and I know what's going on in the house, okay? And I'm just going to start tapping on me surrogately, because I have become the cat, okay? So even though I feel like a bad kitty, because I'm trying to get her attention, I'm a good kitty anyway. Okay, so that's the love sandwich statement. Even though, and I accept that I'm a good kitty anyway. Okay, top of your head. I feel all her stress at mealtime. She's rushing, and she's not paying attention to me after she's been gone all day. Side of your eyes. My human isn't really happy like she used to be, and she doesn't pay attention to me. It makes me want to grab her when I see her feet move in the kitchen. I feel what she doesn't know that I feel. And I also feel like I have to grab her harder to get her attention. Okay, so you see how I'm just making that up. And I would love to hear from any of you that have horses, cats, dogs, budgie birds, um, rabbits, whatever. I'd love to hear from you if you give this a shot and it works, okay? Because it does work. And they are telepathic. We know that. It's been scientifically proven. Energy is energy, and you are doing energy medicine when you're doing this on your animals. Okay, well, I hope that this was fun and helpful for you. And if you'd like to get back to me on your progress, please email me at dana@danalouisewilliams.com, and I answer all my emails. Okay, have a great weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday in your inbox. Bye for now.